Hello, fifth grade. This week we want to start painting our shoe portraits. Now for my learners at home, if you don't have watercolors at home, that's absolutely fine. You can always color this in with drawing materials. But for those of us who do have watercolor and for those of us who are at school, we will be using watercolor to paint these. So let's remember a couple of things about watercolor. It's obviously very liquid, and also colors can blend together easily if you paint, for example, two areas right next to each other. If you're not careful, there is a possibility they can kind of blend together. Something else to consider is that you can mix colors with watercolor. I especially want to bring your attention to a skin tone. Obviously, we have a variety of different skin tones, but you might not know where to start. And that is students' primary question when beginning this project. So why don't we do that part first? So believe it or not, but the lid right here is of a watercolor palette is for mixing colors. You can see that I had used this to mix a couple yesterday. So in order to mix a color, you just want to put a couple drops of water in here. For a skin tone, and this will change depending on who you're trying to do a skin tone for, I would start with some yellow and some orange, some orange and a little bit of brown, and see if that is going to be about the tone that you want. So for me, this honestly works. But if you were trying to get, something a little bit darker, something with maybe a more brown tone or a more orange tone, obviously you can add some more from there, but I would use water to start the mixture, just so that nothing is too crazy dark. Okay, and then obviously use the Sharpie lines to help you with your neatness. They act as a nice barrier in between the colors. For the most part, otherwise, I would actually recommend starting in the background and then working your way up to the smaller details. So we'll be working on painting. Please take your time. Please feel free to mix other colors and just wipe your palette out when you're done. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some painting. All right, everyone, so when you finish with your shoe portrait, you are going to want to turn to the checklist for this project. So if you see here before you turn in your shoe portrait and write your response, make sure you have created an interesting portrait using someone's shoes, have included a background in your painting, and the background should be fully painted, and then have used watercolor to paint as neatly as you're able to. And for my friends at home, if you did not use watercolor, that's okay. Please just disregard that bottom one. All right, so for your artist statement, we have two sets of questions. Who is this shoe portrait of? Why did you make a shoe portrait of them? Maybe it's of you and you just wanted to show people things that you were interested in. Maybe it's of a celebrity or a favorite character and you just wanted to show how much you enjoyed them. So go ahead and write that there. And the second question, what do you think you did well with this project? And there's no right or wrong answer for that one. I just want you to think of something that you're especially proud of with this project. So once you're done with your project, make sure you fill out your checklist and turn both of them in together.